So let's say, for instance, you've got a subject to deal. You've got a subject to deal in your hand right now, and you want to, exit this thing, right? And again, depends on this. When you're doing a deal, you want to make sure that the deal that you're doing is going to cash flow, even if you're going to wholesale it. So we're going to just talk about what this looks like. Let's say that you have a subject to deal with limited equity, very little equity, which is why it came to you. It was a problem. The problem is always about the price. Don't let anybody tell you anything else, right? Yeah, if there's renovations that are needed, that's money, okay? Yeah, if you have an unrealistic seller, that's money. These things matter. So it's always about price. You just have to make sure that your exit strategy is going to work. And your exit strategy for what, again, let me just go back here. So you've got a deal. Let's say it's a $200,000 house. You're getting it for $170,000 because it needs some light work, a little cleanup, a little this, a little that, whatever the situation, but minor stuff, right? Maybe 10,000, some carpet, some paint, some cleanup, just minor stuff, right? So you're going to be into this thing for $180,000. That's what it's worth. You can't really do anything more than that because that's what it's worth. So now you're doing this deal not because you want to keep it for yourself right now, but you're going to exit. Let's say you're not building a portfolio for yourself. You're going to exit. And here's how you're going to do it. Wholesale, right? You're going to wholesale this deal. Now, how or why would anybody want to pick up a property that has virtually no equity? And why would they pay you for it? Whatever it is, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Why would they pay you for that deal? Because of their investment strategy, right? So they might turn this into a rental, and it might cash flow for them depending on the specifics of that particular loan. They might do short-term rentals, Airbnbs, or want to turn it into a group home or whatever else. That there's going to be people that want to do all these different things, and it's important for you to understand that. People want these deals, and when you're structuring a deal, if you structure a subject to deal, you have to make sure that one way or another that property cash flows. You have to make sure of it. Now, let's say that cash flow is tight. Okay? It's, maybe it breaks even or only has a couple $100 a month passive income on a normal rental. Now you're going to look at Airbnb strategies, right? You're going to look at an Airbnb strategy. Not for you, but for the next person. And you're going to sell it and pitch it that way. Subject to deal, perfect for Airbnb. Maybe you pull some stats from Airbnb about houses in that area and what they're bringing in at different times. Maybe that's a great thing for you, right? Maybe you're going to do short-term rentals. There are depending on where you are in the country right now, you could rent rooms out. There are owners out there that would love to take over the property because, it needs maybe a little bit of work, but they don't have to go get a loan. They don't have to go and get appraisals. They don't have to do all of that. So it saves them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in time, tens of thousands in a case like that, trying to raise the money, pay that. It can just be a thing. So you're wholesaling a subject to deal that has very, very little equity, but it cash flows for someone else's investment strategy. Okay? Now, we talked a little bit about how you get into these deals, but when I'm sitting there and I'm having a conversation with a seller, right? I'm having a conversation with someone that wants to sell the property. They're going to sit there and they're going to tell me, what their concerns are, what is motivating them. That motivation is, I hate to say it this way, but it's ammunition for you. It's going to help you structure the deal. We were working on a deal the other day where one of the most important things for this particular owner was income. They bought this property or they own this property so that they could have income because they needed it for retirement. But now the property needs work. They're self-managing, so it's not working out so well. But now I know that I could come in and have a conversation about seller financing or subject to, right? We're working another deal right now where there's a novation agreement. And in this particular scenario, there's an escrow account that has money in it. There is a seller that is motivated to sell because of things that are going on in their life, and they just want to get the property off. But because of where they're in it, they can't get all the cash that they need right now. So we structured a deal that gives them money now, money throughout the process, and then money when the property sells. So we're structuring that deal in that way. So you understand what people's needs are, and then you structure your deal for that. You know, your exit is going to be how you're exiting is going to be how you're structuring this. But the more information you have, the easier it's going to be for you. It's going to be much better. So in this example, again, if you're going to wholesale this, that's how you wholesale it. You package it with as much information as you can get. It's all free. You don't have to subscribe to any. Let's see. Oh, Jason dropping value bombs again. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. I do what I love. I do what I love. As I said before, ask questions if you have them about this process. Okay. So exiting. You're exiting on a wholesale deal on a subject to. Boom. You can sell that thing off. You've done your work. You can go to Airbnb, find out what those properties are renting for on a nightly basis at any given time, right? You can pull up all that data. It's available to you and it doesn't cost you anything. I'm giving you everything you need to find success as a real estate investor. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and like this video. See you later.